Hello and welcome back to another Mob Heads add-on video / tutorial. This is for the Mod Heads version 2, which I have updated for the Nether update. As you'll see down here, we've got a whole bunch new heads and we've got some fixes, some serious bug fixes as well. The first pack unfortunately did have a few minor issues in it, and if you still have the original pack, it will not work properly on 1.14. It might look like it works, but it'll break things such as villager breeding and stuff like that because it was never designed for 1.16, whereas this pack is. This pack is completely 100% designed for 1.16, but not additional updates after that. Once we get a new update or once we get another version to 1.17 or something like that, you will need to update the pack. Anyway, what have we got that's new? We have the piglin head, the zombified piglin head. We've got the zoglin and the hoglin and the strider. I said those backwards. And we've even got the wither boss heads now. Now, technically, these heads at the bottom were already in the original pack, but they will actually drop from the mobs now. But the wither heads are completely new, thanks to a couple of people in my Discord that have been helping out with these. You can check out their names in the README file and in the description below. We've got a whole bunch of fixes, so let's go through how it all works and let's prove that these fixes are actually fixed. So if you don't know how any of this works, basically you need a mob. So let's say you come across a piglin in the nether and you chop him, there is a chance that you will get his head. Now I'm actually using a looting 999 sword, so I'm guaranteed to get the head, but chances are, you know, if you've just got a normal sword or looting 3, it's a pretty rare drop to get. So that's all you have to do is just kill a mob, you'll get its head, and then you can right click on the ground and it will place the head. And then if you right click it again, instead of picking it up, you will actually sit on it. So you can't mine this, you can't use a weapon or something to break it. You have to shift and crouch like so, and then right click on it again to pick it up. Obviously, if you're on mobile or using a controller, that's going to be slightly different, but the theory is exactly the same. Now, you still cannot put these on your head, and I do know there is an add-on maker out there that has made a pack where you can put mob heads on your head, but it's very glitchy. The way it works is that they actually force the item or the entity onto your head, and it removes whatever gear you've got. Let's say you're wearing a fancy netherite helmet with all your favorite enchantments and you go to put on one of their mob heads, it will actually just completely replace it and delete whatever you're wearing on your head, which is not ideal. So I'm not adding that functionality to this pack because to me it's glitchy and it will just end in people losing their stuff and getting upset. So yeah, we're not going to put them on our heads, we are going to sit on them. And believe me, if there was any other way to do it, I would add it to the pack. So if I get loads of comments again saying, please make it so you can put it on the head, I've tried really hard. I can't do it in a decent and reliable way. So we're just going to keep it like it is. So that was the piglin. Let's just check out the other new ones that have been added. So we've got the zombified piglin. Obviously, we'll get the head for that as well. We've got the hoglin. We can get the head for that. And yeah, I'm getting tons of loot from these things. And we've got the zoglin, which we can get the head for as well. And last but not least, from the nether mobs, we've got the striders as well, which will drop their heads too. Now, I have not done the piglin brute yet because that update is not out. I will add that to the pack once the update for that comes out, where the piglin brute is added to the game. So be sure to check the downloads page relatively regularly after that comes out to make sure that you're updated to the latest version. Now let's get on to the bugs that have been fixed. So first of all, there was an issue with llamas not dropping the right coloured head, or sometimes not dropping the right head at all, so that's been fixed. The horses as well, there was a problem particularly with the black horses. For whatever reason, if you were to find a black horse, it would not drop its head, and I believe if I can actually get a black horse to spawn, I will be able to demonstrate that. But yeah, you'll see if I chop all of these guys, they will all drop their heads for me. I'm so sorry, it's a horrible noise. It's really horrible. But yeah, you'll see I've got all of the horses' heads there. Ah, finally, I got a black horse. So there we go. If we chop the black horse, we get the black horse head. So that's all working nicely. Oh, man, now I got to get rid of all these guys. Oops. Right, next we got the Guardian. The Guardian also wasn't dropping its head, and you can see now that that did that. And then we've got the Bat as well, and I've got to be quick. The Bat now drops its head, and the Ravager was dropping completely the wrong head before. As you can see, that now drops the actual Ravager head. If I pop that down, you'll see that works. The cats, none of the cats were spawning their heads or dropping their heads because of an error with the loot table. So there you go. Cats are now dropping their heads as well. Slimes, likewise, were not dropping heads at all. The baby slimes weren't dropping heads. There was one, and in between all of that slime there's another. And then the sheep. This has not necessarily been fixed, but what we've done is instead of just getting white sheep heads in vanilla now, you should get a random colored sheep head every time you kill a sheep. So let's kill a few of these, and we got there an orange one, we got a grey one from that one, and we got a magenta one from that one. And there we go, the magenta sheep head has also been fixed as well because there was an issue with that item texture. So we still can't get the right coloured sheep head from the white coloured sheep just because of the way the code works in the game, but we can at least collect all of the different coloured sheep heads in survival now. Parrots were also broken with their loot tables, so you couldn't get parrots. You'll see we can now get the right coloured parrot head for the right coloured parrot. And iron golem heads could actually be pushed around like they were minecarts or something like that, so that's been fixed as well. Now, the other 3 changes are not necessarily bug fixes, but actually additions. So the strays, I didn't add to the first pack because basically strays, if you kill them with the charged creeper, they'll drop a wither skull. So I didn't add stray heads, but you can see I've added stray heads now. They will still drop wither skulls if you blow them up with a charged creeper. Bees, they work. You get a bee head, but now you can actually get an angry bee head and an angry wolf head as well. So let's go into survival to test this. And the way you get an angry bee head is by basically making a bee angry. You'll see these 2 bees are angry. If I kill one of those, I will get an angry bee head. Now, technically, it's very difficult to make the one bee you've hit angry because it generally dies pretty quickly, but the other bees around it will get angry, and if you kill one of those, you will get the angry bee head. Similarly with the wolf, although you can make a wolf angry just by hitting it. Now, I've got a lot of strength, so I'm going to have to use the pack issue. But yeah, there we go. We got angry wolf heads there as well. So they are the 2 new additions that are nothing to do with the Nether update added to there as well. And last but not least, we have the new wither heads, and I don't really want to set that off here because I haven't made a backup of this world, so let's go over here and blow up a wither instead, and we can get all 4 different types of wither skulls from this now. Now, they're not the same as the actual wither skulls you can get from wither skeletons. So we've got wither skeleton skulls there. We actually get these wither heads, so let's check that out. Let's grab ourselves a wither, and let's give it a bit of a chop and see what we get. And when it dies, come on, should get a nether star and a head, and it will drop a head every single time when it dies eventually. There we go. So we got there the nether star, and we got the invulnerable wither head. There are 4 types, like I said. There's the wither boss head, which is fairly standard. We've got the armored wither head, we've got the invulnerable wither head, and we've got the armored invulnerable wither head. And just to show you what they all look like, they look just like that. So there we go. That is it. 100% done. The mob heads has been updated. Head over to FoxyNoTail.com/downloads to find the pack and get yours downloaded now. And remember, this pack will not work in the next update of Minecraft, or it might work. It will affect some of the entities in the game, so you need to update it. Likewise, if you're still using the 1.14 version of this, you need to update it for 1.16. Otherwise, you'll have all sorts of issues with entities in your world. If you find a bug or a problem with this pack, please do let me know in the comments below, or join my Discord to let me know on there. And one more thing before I go, if you're wondering how to actually get the heads on an armor stand in the right place, because normally they end up there, it's very simple. Just put a piston above its head, flick that lever, and it will push it into the right place for the armor stand. And there you go, that's it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do leave a like. If you haven't already, please do subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!